Oh no, this episode 30-Minute Mechanic, I'm not working on the red car. I'm going to work on the green car. Not going to do much, but I'm going to do more than nothing. So buckle up, let's go. All right, green bean. We're going to do a little bit to green bean here. Not much. But, you know, like I say, I didn't do much, but I did more than nothing. Okay, green bean. We're going to put the valley pan in here on the green car. It's been sitting here waiting for parts to come back, so I've had the valley all covered up. This is basically a stock-ish 460. It's got a little bigger Lunati cam. Actually, probably a little bigger than I should have in it. I was going to run it NA, so so I bumped compression up with pistons and put a little bigger bump stick in it than probably I should have in it. But whatever, you know, that's what we do as gearheads. We put stuff in it that's too big. Now this kit, we got this valley pan that came with this kit, and it sits right in here like that, and that screw needs to move. And so I got to find all my screws, and then I'm going to RTV that sucker down, and I'll tighten up our screws. Let me find. I got a good bolt bucket for this car. Oh, that's why. What? Oh, I remember what happened. I'm sitting here looking at this one of these screws that has. I may have to find a different screw. One of these Allen head deals. I had to drive a Torx bit into because it started stripping out. So I may just put a regular bolt in that hole. I think I've got them all. Let me find a wrench that fits those over here. Not that one. Not that one. Okay. I've gone both ways. I've gone bigger, I've gone smaller. Where's the right one? It's not that one. I mean, really? I can find it. There it is, I think. Yep, that's it. Got it. I have RTV floating around here. Maybe. What do I do with it? Oh, there it is. I was just sitting around finishing up stuff on the green car, and I thought, you know, why don't I film a quickie little deal on the green car while I'm just sitting around doing nothing. All right, this thing, you just got to put it. Let me get around here where I can reach. You just have to put a coating, paint some RTV on here. You can put, I mean, you don't have to put a giant bead because that thing sits flush. Sits right down on that China wall. So if you get too much, it's just going to squish it out. You don't want it to leak, but this kit came from Price. I mentioned this before in my little introduction to green bean kind of thing. Price Motorsport makes this kit, and they make some neat specialty stuff for big block Fords that you're not going to find anywhere else. particularly for the EFI 460 engines. Which is what this originally was. These are, I can't remember the number on the head, F3 heads, something like that. It's the better of the EFI heads. There's two versions. I think there's a E6 or E7. I don't remember. Can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, it's the later head with the bigger intake. Well, actually bigger valves on both sides. And I've cleaned up the ports a little bit in them. They came off a 96 F250 as this bottom end. The block is from a 96 F250, so it's a D9 block. Stock crank, stock rods, KB pistons. So yes, I'm running a hyper eutectic piston in a turbo car. We're not going to run a ton of boost in this thing. We're going to just run a little bit. So it should be okay. Now, this is going to be the fun part, is dropping this on here without schmoozling my RTV everywhere. Actually, that wasn't bad at all. Did I just put that on backwards? I don't know. But you may be wondering, James, why is it off? We've seen pictures with it all back together. Well, when I originally assembled it, if you look at this little guy right over here, show you. Well, the button head bolt, these are button head Allen screws. The button head over in that corner, when I put the adapter plates on, it got hung. The adapter plate got hung on the side of the edge of the button head Allen. So when I tightened it down, it left a space in there. And so when I started putting water in this thing a while back, because I was really close to firing it up, started putting water in it, water started coming out. It was like, where's the water coming from? Why is there water coming out? Well, it's because the intake gasket wasn't sealed over here by that port. So off they came. And in the meantime, I sent them back to Price because when they made them, a few batches got out that were missing some holes. So I sent them back to them, and they fixed them up, no sweat, sent them back. And they've just been sitting here waiting for me to put on ever since. So this car has been through several versions. Okay, well, the original version of this is I bought this car for $800. And the original intent was just poke a 460 in it and run it off the stock Mustang EC5 system, which is fully capable of being programmed to run this thing. And just basically build the 460 Mustang that Ford should have in 1998. Well, you know, working on other cars and doing stuff, and so it kind of morphed. Ended up with this HT60 turbo left over from my yellow truck. And I thought, hey, you know, maybe we should make Greenbean a turbo car. Project creep. So here we are. And, you know, it creeped into having this kit for the intake. Because I picked up another intake with injector bungs, a later style intake with injector bungs in it. And, you know, so creep, here we are. I hope it works because, man, I've had it for quite a few years and I haven't even Haven't heard it run, and I haven't driven it because it wasn't running when I bought it. So, hey, look, our valley pan's on. Okay, here's the plates. These adapt an EFI 460 head to a old style old style 460 intake manifold. The port height is different and the port shape. The old style stuff's more oval shaped and the new stuff is round. And the new stuff's higher up, so it's higher in their cylinder head, so that's why you have to raise this sucker up it's about a half-inch thick hunk of aluminum. These angled holes are the ones that were not drilled. And if it was a straight in hole, I'd drill it by myself 10 times out of 10. But since they were on an angle, I sent them back to Price and they popped them all in there. Piece of cake. Now I'm going to mark where this button head thing is, where it hits right over here. Actually, there may be a mark where it already hit. If I look at it closely, oh yeah, right there. It's on the other edge. Make sure I put these things on the right direction. It's on the bottom edge here. You can see a little dark spot right there. That's where it was hitting that button head, so it wasn't letting this sit flush on the head. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my rat tail file or something. I'm going to make me a little relief right there. Look, that's where it's at right there. I just circled it. So let's eyeball this and see what we got. Okay, this is how they sit on there. They sit right there. And it was just barely hanging up right over here. Man, that's cool. I like that. So from the top, a little notchy poo is going to be right about there. And I'm just going to hit it with I'm going to have to take it back to the vise, steady it, and then just make me a little notch there so that thing will sit down on there flush, because you got some bolts like this that the heads have been trimmed down that go in these holes and they fit tight. So if they're off, these things are off, it's going to be in the bind. We don't want to be in the bind. So let me zip back there. I may take them both. May take them both back there and do them at the same time. Because one side leaked, the other side didn't. I don't know why, but they're both going to get a little relief notch. So let me run back there and I will notch them. Okay. Doing all rabid raccoon on it right there. Put us a little notchy notch in there. So that should give us plenty of room to I can't figure out how this goes on there now. What's going on? Oh, there we go. God, it's like a puzzle. That should give us plenty of clearance. Oh yeah, we're good. These things are made very well. These ports, they line up like perfect. They did a really good job on them. I'm very impressed with the workmanship from these guys. They're just a little shop. Price Motorsport, you can look them up on the web. They're just a little shop, mom and pop kind of shop, just little machine shop deal. They do good work, make neat parts. And look, gaskets. Okay. Better double check, make sure I got the right gaskets. That's the other side. I just opened the wrong box because I wasn't thinking. Okay, not silly, but you gotta have an EFI gasket on one side. Did I screw up and buy two of the same things? I don't. We'll just find out. What the heck? I'm not sending them back, that's for sure, because... Oh, here's the EFI side. I'm smarter than I think I am sometimes. See, here's these. They're rounder. And they have a little bump right there for the injector back. And when they're running, if you're running the stock EFI intake, they go in there this way. I'm going to get that one back out. Wipe the RTV off the edges. Should have plenty of room for those button heads now. They won't hang up my deal. Where's my RTV? Now, pull that kind of back. Wish I could pull that back out of the way a little better. It's not too bad. We got to put RTV. We got to put it around the water ports. That's what I always do. And then right down this side here. So, just going to put a thin layer. If I put a big fat layer, originally I probably wouldn't have had a leak and wouldn't have known it. Until the cooling system really pressurized, and then it would probably leak, and I'd be like, where is it leaking from? And I just blobbed it on there. That was terrible. See if I can reach over here. This is testing the ability of my cab muscles. So once we have the plates on there, then we can go back to putting the intake, put the intake on, and then get back to almost being ready to fire this car up. After, gosh, 4 years of ownership. 4 years of ownership, hadn't driven it yet. Ah, crud. Just wiped it on myself. Okay, wipe finger off. Set a gasket in place. No gasket. Oh, I just did it upside down. Stupid. Really? Should have looked at that before I set it on there. But whatever. There it is. Let me find all the bolts. Should be 1, 2. Should just be 4, right? 4 bolty bolts. And then this dude. Oh, wait a minute. I almost messed up. Not only do you have to put RTV on that side, you gotta put RTV on this side. I don't guess you gotta. I always do. Always put it around the water ports. This was much easier to do when this engine was out on an engine stand. Okay, got that painted. Wipe my finger off again. That is the cap. Put the cap on. Put it up there. That way I won't put my hand on it and smoosh it open. All right. Square edge goes to the bottom. Angled edge goes to the top. And on we go. Whee. Now these use... Oh no, come back! Ah. These use the bigger one. But we can get them. Let's get them in there. Come on. What's the matter? There we go. That one started. Let me find the... Now I need the bigger one. That's not it. That's not it. Maybe it's that one. Yep, it's that one. And reach all the way back here. That one ends. It started. And then the last one. Right there. Screw it. Screwed that one down pretty good by hand. Such a cool kit. Ah! That one doesn't want to. Why do you not want to start in your hole? Probably because I had you in a bind the first time. Maybe. That one, maybe. That one was wanting to cross thread. That was not. That would have been unfortunate. That thing probably bound up down there, and then when I put the bolt in, I probably cross threaded it. Now this time, I'm gonna look under there, and I can still see light. What is going on? Still hanging up. What is happening? Maybe I didn't make my notch big enough. That's irritating. Let's tighten this one down a little bit. Stop. I mean, that one pulls down. See, I can see light. I can see light through there. Crud. Okay. Back it up, Tony. Why do I always say Tony? Back it up, Terry. Well, best I figure it out right now. I wonder if maybe there's something. Well, let's say maybe wonder if there's something down in this hole here that's keeping my bolt from sucking down all the way. Sure thought I went a little over the top on the notch right there. We'll come out. Okay. Well, that looks like maybe I didn't. The notch needs to be a little farther. I'm looking at it. It needs to be more towards the rear of the car. But you know what? There'll probably be a witness mark right there where I just tighten that down. Sucky part is I got RTV everywhere. Which better now. Better to figure it out now than to figure it out when I'm putting water in it again. Okay, off we come. Yep, looks like we were hitting right on that little edge there. Okay. Get that paper towel out of my wad here. Wipe off the RTV. Oh, good grief, I got it on my hand. Oh my gosh. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I'll show you what I'm doing here. Down on the floor so I don't get blue stuff everywhere. Our notch, we were still hitting it right about right there in front of my finger. So back to the vise. Re-notched. Put a pretty big notch in at that time. If it didn't take so long to air up, I would just use the air compressor and the die grinder. But it takes a while to get that thing aired up. Okay, let's see if we can smear some more, re-smear some more RTV, which actually kind of worked out okay because I didn't put near enough along this edge, I don't think. Because when I pulled it off, there was RTV on the plate on that end, but not this end. So I'm going to reapply here. It hole's a little boogered. Reapply here. This is still pretty soft. Then I'm gonna put a pretty good line of goon pucky right there. I mean, this is all underneath the intake manifold, so never to be seen with human eyes once the intake's on. I'll know it's there, y'all know it's there, but nobody else will. It's really, I should have just taken that screw out, clearance the head on it. But here we are. Where's the lid? Finger wiper 5000. All right, let's go again. See if we can set this in place. Angle top goes to the top. Bolt in. Looks like it may be going in the right direction. The only thing I would change if I was them was I would probably use a bigger Allen. Use a bolt with a bigger Allen head in it. So these are kind of small. At least they feel small. They may not. They may be just fine, but let me just go ahead and tighten this one down as much as I can to start with. I think we got it that time. So I cannot see anything. Can't see any light. You know what I should use? Oh. I forget sometimes that I have power tools. That could make some of this go a little quicker. So I waste as much time going to get the power tool as I would if I just screwed them in by hand. That's probably the one that was yanked up. Where's my other bolt? I already put it in there. Don't believe it. Oh yeah. It don't fall out. Put that one down. And don't worry, this thing does not put out that much torque. So if you think I'm really driving them in there, nope, I'm not. And the last one. It's probably torque. We actually got them tighter than I expected it to, but there's, oh gosh, get out of there. Come on. Camel. What? Now I've got one, now I got it stuck in there. Thinging back up here. There we go. It's out. Okay. I cannot see light through there anymore, so I think we got that good. I may need to take this one back there and do the same thing. Notch it a little more. So I think I'll do that. Hey, I spun you all around. You're looking the other way now. Yep. Went all rabbit raccoon on that one too, so that should be good. Let's lay it on there and see if my notch is basically in the right spot. Appears to be. I think that one will be, I think that will be fine. Fine and dandy. Find my other bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lay my plate down and find my goon pucky. Y'all call it goon pucky? Hope I got enough. Seems to be one of my biggest issues sometimes is not having enough on hand. Start to do put an intake on and you want to put a big old fat bead on the china wall and hey, you ain't got enough. Don't got enough goon pucky handy. I'm gonna make that a little bigger. The gasket hole is bigger than the port right there. Yeah. If I had a tip, I could probably do a bead. I don't think I can do a bead. Maybe I can. Oh gosh. I guess this is faster than my finger, but without the pointy tip thing on the RTV, this is, I'm not very good at it. Okay, never to be seen by human eyes again. The last time I used some gray RTV in there, which is nice because if it puked out, it just blended in. This time I only got the blue. So now let's don't do the same thing. Let's make sure we put this one on proper the first time, which I think is this way. Which I don't think is that way. Gosh, I did it wrong again. Flip it over. Brother. Oh crap, I still need the stuff. Where'd I put it? In one spot, I need some more. And this car with the HT60, a mild boost, you know, maybe 8 to 10 pounds of boost. It'll probably make around I don't know, 550, 600 horsepower, somewhere around there, which should be plenty. Should be plenty for, you know, what we want to do is just go have fun. I mean, people talk about having 600 horsepower, but kind of nonchalantly nowadays, but that's a lot of power. My red Mustang with a roller cam, big block, nice heads, it made over 600, and it was pretty docile at low RPMs, but if you smashed on the gas pedal, it grew fangs and wings and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty evil once you opened it up. A lot of fun. I mean, it would just spin the tires at will any time of the day. This one will be different because I have to build boost, but you know, I think I'll start with this corner. You know what? Is that one okay? I'm kind of. Let's swap these two. Put that one down there. Since that's the troublesome section, we'll put one that has a really good hex in it down there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. See, that one didn't want to. There we go. Perfect. That just saved several seconds of viewing time. And I don't see any light. Perfect. Now, I think we've done really good today. So, gotta show you where we're at. Take you off the stand here. All right, we got our adapter plates bolted on and our valley pan in there. I may come back, run a small bead of RTV right down there because I don't want it to leak. I do need to get me another bolt there, which that one's easy to get to. I left that one out on purpose because I can get to it, and I can just put a regular Allen head bolt in there. It doesn't have to be a button head or anything. But adapter plates are all on, and so now we'll be ready to put the intake manifold on. Start getting this car back together. That'll do it for today's 30-minute mechanic. Got the valley plate in, the adapter plates on the side bolted in. Kind of went rabbit raccoon on them there a little bit to clearance them, but I think they're going to be good from now on. So, bet you wasn't expecting to see the green bean. You never know what's going to happen. Okay, like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time on 30-Minute Mechanic. Bye.